Oh, hey guys, guess what? It's time.
What time, Ben?
I'm so ready.
Battle Cast!
Oh god damn it! I did it anyways.
You're always supposed to randomly say
Yes.
Bananuary.
It is.
Got him.
Yeah. It is the
Yeah.
final episode of Bananuary, maybe ever, because I don't know how successful this was.
Not.
We will never financially recover from
We won't.
Bananuary.
No, we won't.
And naturally, we are wrapping Bananuary up with a battle between two apes, monkeys, monkey-like figures that are iconically,
Iconically,
importantly, very, very much monkeys. Monkey D. Luffy and Natsu.
Natsu
Who's not a
Monk
monkey
Neil.
or
That's a good
an
joke.
His name is Monk
orangutan or has a
Neil.
tail or
Yeah, he's
You
half
know.
monkey. Yeah,
is he?
Oh well,
I thought-
as
No,
much
no,
as
I'm
we
just
are.
Dragon's part monkey.
you know,
Yeah.
in some corners of the world.
So yes, naturally, the entire point of this entire thing is one of them has monkey in their name. What do you know?
Perfect.
Yeah, we are going to be getting into Monkey D. Luffy versus Natsu Dragneel as our final matchup for the month. But welcome to Death Battle Cast. We're excited to have you watching this live. We do this live every single Tuesday at noon Central. And the way this works is Liam is going to be representing Luffy, Sam is going to be representing Natsu, and it's their job to convince you watching this live right now that their character should win in a death battle. And at the end of the show, if you're watching this live, you'll be able to vote on who you think should win. Mystic Master, you got a super chat saying, shouldn't it be April for this month? We've been over this.
It's
We've been over
Bananuary in
this.
April.
It has been January.
April
Yeah,
isn't a pun.
April is just what the month is called.
just-
Obviously,
it's
we
what the
can't
month
call
is
April
called.
April. Yeah.
Bananuary combines January and banana.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Exactly.
thank
Not
you
at
for the
all about us
explanation.
forgetting to do this in January.
I just feel like some people don't understand. You know,
We didn't forget to do this in January. This is the Bananuary month.
this is a long
Obviously.
January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both Michael and Gilded gifted out 5 memberships. Thank you so much. If y'all got a membership, check out the membership content and join us for our post show after this.
Yeah.
And then 10 Tails being 10 Tails with the $100 super chat says, whoever's doing Natsu, please convince me that he has a chance to defeat Luffy, because in my mind, all I can think is Luffy just laughing at Natsu's attempts to fire and lightning against his Looney Tunes power, and can't wait for Gru versus Megamind. Thank you, 10 Tails.
That is a good description of what will happen in this fight, in my opinion.
Well, Thor G with the super chat said they're here to support their boy Natsu. So
Natsu.
you got one already, Sam.
Natsu.
Perfect.
Nasty.
Yeah, nasty Natsu. Also Sean Chan
Let's not
in
call
chat
him that.
does mention that I'd argue dragons and monkeys are related somewhere in the genetic pool. So I think we're
Sure.
good.
I mean, like in a literal sense, they at least like sponges, right? Like they are related that way. Like sea sponges is like the first like animal. So like on the evolutionary, like the first thing that counts as an animal. So yeah, technically they are related, just very distantly. And also dragons aren't real. but
Liam,
lizards are real.
Dragons
Wait,
aren't real.
What? They're not.
Did you not know this?
News to
I
me.
knew this.
I'm
just
sorry for
saying.
ruining your day. Dragons don't exist.
Komodo dragons. Komodo dragons are real.
I don't think Natsu is a Komodo dragon.
Yeah, well, Natsu is a stupid.
No, he's more
Well,
of a
okay.
dragon.
Well, let's get
actually.
into it. Thank you, Mud Pie, for gifting out a membership.
Let's do this. I'm excited. Maybe throughout our analysis, we will discover whether or not Natsu is indeed a Komodo dragon. All right, Liam, let's start with you. Give us the rundown on Luffy.
Monkey D. Luffy, or as Austin in our meeting yesterday called him, Luffy D. Monkey, is going to be king of the pirates. He is the son of Monkey D. Dragon, the grandson of Monkey D. Garp. He is the essentially reincarnation of the sun god Nika of Joy Boy, who is going to like bring salvation to the land and overcome the like horribly oppressive world government that's been ruling for the last what it's like 700, 800 years. Um, he even before like essentially fully manifesting as like a demigod, he was growing to become like one of the four emperors of the sea, one of the most powerful beings in the world, a worthy candidate for king of the pirates with an insanely powerful devil fruit, crazy powerful hockey, and just way more, a lot of like direct counters to what Natsu has. So I think he's more than capable of murdering Natsu today.
Ben's muted.
Yeah, no, I think Ben was we had a mild panic behind the scenes as I realized I didn't have the sneak peek, but I do now have the sneak peek for everybody here later in the episode. We fixed it. If I looked distracted for a moment, it was fixing that issue. But anyways, yeah, I guess I should talk about Natsu Dragneel. He's a boy dragon in the epitome of the power of friendship animes, right? And he doesn't really need his friends because he's also like the most powerful guy in the whole show. It's hard to kind of talk about it without going into a lot of spoilers. I don't think we care about that, but he's got big fire powers. He's got big lightning powers. He also eats fire. I kind of wondered because of what he does, where does this fight assumably take place here, Liam?
I mean, on an island, like it's just thematically appropriate. You know, gotta take place on an island
How
With
big
a
of an island?
volcano.
with a volcano. Sure, we could do
Yeah.
a volcano.
I'm
What kind of island?
curious
What are you
if
asking this for? What's the point?
well, my thought here is that Natsu just blows the island away. And then Luffy's in the water. What now?
Luffy blows the fucking planet away. Luffy can fly in Gear 5.
Yeah.
He can like run on the air. So it's irrelevant.
Okay.
So the pulling the rug out from under him strategy, I guess, is already shot down.
Yeah, I feel like I'm at a disadvantage because I don't know very much about One Piece at all. And Luffy
this is what
is
Sam
Rubber Man.
does.
Yeah, well, no,
He is Rubber Man.
it's a different strategy. You have scumbag strategies of your own. I have my own. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's what I do. I think you need to
stretch
tell us
the
more.
truth.
So he's
Okay,
a
I can
rubber
absolutely
man,
tell us
and
more.
fire
Yeah.
melts rubber. That's where I am, and so you got to convince me now.
Well, it's actually funny that you say that because Luffy's brother Ace was the fire guy. He had the
Yes.
fire fruit, and as part of his inspiration, when his brother dies, gets fucking owned by Lava Dude, whose name I'm blanking on right now. He develops an attack called Red Hawk, which catches his own fist on fire to punch you with fire. Now,
Mhm.
obviously, it's not going to matter against Natsu because Natsu is immune to fire and eats it.
He'll eat it.
But the point is that like Luffy's body is highly, highly resistant to fire. Right? You literally need like intense heat to create rubber. Ice is the more of a hassle for Luffy, even though he still has ways around that by doing Red Hawk. And furthermore, like when I'll get into gears later, but like Gear 4 Bound Man is super resistant to heat and fire and lava, right? He developed that partially in response to Akainu. Akainu. To like resist his attacks whenever they fought in the future. So fire's just not going to do much to Luffy because of his rubber nature.
What about lightning?
Well, here's the thing about rubber. Also, okay. In the Skypiea arc, there's a villain called Enel, and Enel is a god because he has the lightning fruit. And he can essentially make himself like intangible because he's a Logia fruit. He can turn into lightning and shoot you with lightning. Because of that, he's basically a god, like just like smiting people from the sky. He kicks everybody's ass with one single hit. Like he one taps like Zoro. He kicks everybody's ass. Gets to Luffy, blasts Luffy in the face with lightning. Luffy is completely fine. Does it again. Luffy's completely fine. And then he realizes, and there's this iconic shot of Enel's face, like his jaw drop, like where he realizes that he's met the only person on Earth that is completely immune to lightning because he has the rubber fruit.
Mm.
So
Mhm.
Luffy is completely immune to lightning. Now he Enel is still able to use lightning in different ways to hurt Luffy. Like he's able to like weld this like spear, like uses lightning to like super heat a spear. This is before Luffy developed his resistance to heat, so he's able to like burn Luffy with that. But he still gets his ass kicked in the end, and Luffy is completely resistant to lightning.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to say.
I understand he's resistant to fire, but that doesn't mean like immune to it. And I do think that there's a pretty decent arguments that Natsu is probably putting out hotter and more
Yeah,
potent
if you hit him with a
flames
big
than
bang,
anything.
like he's
Yeah.
gonna die. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
It's a resistance thing. Well, we can get into like the degrees as we get
Yeah.
further into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Night Ghost gifted out a membership, their one special membership. Thank you, Night Ghost. Little Z-Bot with $20 super chat says, "Hey, I can't watch today, but I love this matchup, and I want to clarify: hockey, if you're strong-willed enough, cancels more powers than just Devil Fruit. We see it from time to time. Devil Fruit are just the most common source of powers in One Piece." Thank you, Z-Bot.
Right. I forgot about that.
So drop
hockey
in
do
that
that?
for some help with Liam.
Yeah, I do know that it does. Oh, that's right. That I think that is what they're talking about. Yeah, hockey does impair regenerative healing factors. Like they fight the Saints or whoever in not Elbaf. Well, Elbaf and the tech one that's right, Egghead. They fight him in Egghead, and Luffy's hockey is able to like prevent them from regenerating, even though they're like made of like darkness, evil shit. They're like,
Sure,
oh, my
yeah.
darkness, evil shit isn't working. I'm so screwed. Yeah.
Well, Natsu's fire and lightning and everything, like it is it a little bit different in this sense because it's like magic dragon fire?
Yeah.
Like, is that gonna play a factor here?
That's another me being like pretty out on One Piece. Do they deal with people that are like strictly like this is wizard magic shit?
Mm-mm. Okay. It might be a case of like a debate over verse equalization because, as I recall from Fairy Tale, there is a sort of like general magic, like key, like magic comes from like key, this sort of like life energy stuff. It's called like it's like magic key or something like the version of that. I could
Yeah.
be wrong. I
Okay.
did read through most of it. I kind of recall that. Uh, as for devil fruits, so there's hockey, which is just key. It has it in the name. And there's so the devil fruits are their origin is still we're still figuring it out, but it has been revealed that they are like the dreams and imaginations of humanity, like manifested into like physical objects. So it's like I wish I could stretch my body and be rubbery. I wish that I could shoot flames. Like that's sort of the origin. Now, what that means beyond what I just said, we don't know yet. That it's a very vague. We're gonna get like a 3,000 chapter flashback, I'm sure, where we see the entire history of the universe. Oda's building up to the big
Yeah.
one. I can
Well,
feel it coming.
the piece finally it comes. That's kind of I think why
Well, how
people.
long have we been in the final arc for One Piece? Because
We're not in
they
the
started
final.
a
We're not
while.
in the final arc.
We're about to get
He
to
said
it.
a couple years ago we're in the end game, which
Oh, that's what I'm
is
thinking.
true.
Yeah.
We literally just met the bad guy. We met the dude that did all this
Right.
shit, presumably. Somewhat anticlimactically, in my opinion. But yeah, we met him,
shots fired.
and so a couple. He said this. It would be 5 years left a couple years ago. So I would just say 5 years from at this exact moment. That's what I would say.
At all times, we're 5 years out from the end of One
Yeah,
Piece.
that's kind of what
Could
it
you-
is. It just
could
is
you
ever
imagine?
expanding.
If you actually clocked it and like on April 28th in 5 years, it is.
2031.
Everybody
yeah.
mark that date.
It's believable.
Mark it
I
on your
think
calendar.
most fans would say that this is believable because after Elbaf, like this is the island of the giant warrior people. Like this is the most powerful island in existence. Like, what do we have after this? Well, we have to get to Raftel to see the One Piece or whatever it is, and then we have to get to or Laugh Tale. and then we have to get to whatever the big final fight is. Maybe that's Raftel. Maybe that's like the Marijoa, which is where the world government is situated. I think it'll be Marijoa, but we'll see.
Can you explain
Two
Gear
items left.
5 to me?
My what?
Can you explain Gear 5?
Yeah. Okay. So we skipped a lot,
Which is
about
his
Luffy, but
highest
whatever, he's
gear,
fucking
right?
rubber.
That's like his
that is
maximum
his
Super
gearest
Saiyan right
gear.
now. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I don't think he'll get a. I mean, maybe he'll get a Gear 6. I don't think so. I think that would be stupid. Gear 5. Let me just run through the gears. Gear 2nd is when he like pumps his blood through his body quicker. Like he uses his rubbery body to like pump his blood faster, so that it's bringing oxygen and nutrients to his muscles quicker, so he can move faster, hit harder. Gear 3 is when he inflates his bones to make his arms and limbs bigger to like land like giant punches and kicks. Gear 4 is kind of a combination of both plus hockey, where he surrounds his body in hockey, like black armament hockey, and then inflates his muscles to make him stronger. So he's just like he's like it's like vulcanized rubber. He's very resistant to heat and super strong and fast. And then Gear 5 is basically separate from all of that. Like Gear 5 is the reveal that he does not have the gum fruit. He does not have a paramecia, which just turns him into rubber. He has the Nika no Mi, the Nika fruit, the sun god fruit, which is where he fully transforms his body. It's called a mythical zone. Zone are like you eat a regular zone, and it's like I have the horse zone, and I turn into a horse. Chopper is a reindeer who ate the human zone, so you turn he can turn half human. Luffy turns into a mythical zone, which is like I turn into Hercules or I turn into Buddha, which is one of the characters. And Luffy turns into the sun god Nika, and he basically becomes a Toon Force character. So like the rubbery stuff was actually rubber hose this whole time, and it allows him to turn people and objects and everything in his surroundings to rubber. It allows him to do sort of light Toon Force stuff. Like enemies will see, like when they get hit, they'll see stars and like little birds like floating around their head. And just makes him way more powerful. Makes him like significantly immune to attacks, even like hockey attacks, which could previously bypass Devil Fruit durability, or his rubbery durability. He's immune to that stuff. Like Kaido, you want to talk about heat resistance? Kaido like blasts him with a big old dragon breath, and Luffy is like crispy, like completely crispy, like ashen, and he just goes and he shakes it off. Like he has like cartoon durability now. So that's basically.
And he
And that was
uses
specifically Dragon Fire.
he uses both.
Yeah, it is. He does fight a dragon. And
Yeah. He
stick
uses
rope with
both
him.
fire and lightning when he's in Gear 5, right?
No, you might be thinking of he is able to turn anything into rubber. So at one point he grabs a lightning bolt and turns it
Okay,
into
that's
rubber,
what I've seen.
and then throws it. But that's
Okay.
just him sort of taking advantage of his environment. He doesn't manifest it.
Yeah, he can Toon Force up his environment essentially.
Okay.
If
Does he have to touch it?
if
I
Natsu
forget.
shot. Huh?
Does he have to touch the thing in order to affect it when he's in Gear 5?
Oh, that's a good question. I feel like.
It seems like it
I
from
have to look
the
at specific
clips that I've seen.
examples. I know that like the entire landscape around him is turned to rubber. Maybe he had to touch
Right,
the
because
ground
he's
to do
touching
that.
the ground, right?
Yeah, but so perhaps. But we'll say yes, just because I can't think of like a specific example where he didn't, but there might be.
Well, okay, and
Um,
I do want to just so that it doesn't seem like he just goes Gear 5 and he wins, right? Like it's not
Mhm.
like
Well-
an end all, insta win power, right? He's not like suddenly gonna just kill everybody.
He
there's
does the
like
Thanos snap at one point and kills like.
Well, my thing is
oh, it's got like a time limit to it, right? He's got to like
Yeah,
maintain
he
it.
does have a time limit.
and
Yeah.
he hasn't perfected it in the series yet, correct?
Yeah, we don't know what perfection of it looks like. I wouldn't say
Right.
he hasn't perfected it, but he does have a time limit. That is correct.
Well, that's probably going to be final arc of Final Saga, whatever it may be, is
Yeah,
when he
yeah.
perfects Gear 5 and turns into Gear Infinity or whatever, right?
well, he'd just get into 6th gear, wouldn't he?
Yeah, kick
Yeah,
it into 6th gear.
I think Gear 5 is the point. I mean, it's the whole like. I think if Oda introduces another gear, I'm gonna like freak out. I think Gear 5 is like the end. There shouldn't be anything after.
My thing is, can Natsu eat the clouds and shit coming off of Luffy.
Cannot wait. What?
Can he eat the clouds?
Yeah.
Well, he can't eat clouds. He can eat fire.
No, he can eat a lot of stuff.
Wait,
So
okay,
can
hang on.
I.
Run through what Natsu can eat.
Recently,
yeah,
he
yeah.
fought a man with curses. He just started eating the curses.
What does that mean?
Right.
What do you
'cause it's
mean?
Magic.
Oh, what does it mean? It means
Yeah.
exactly what it is. He goes,
Okay, because
yeah.
he eats magic.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
He's able
Okay.
to eat pretty
Fair.
much any element in magic when that's what he needs to do. And I think
Yeah.
if you're going to
I
write
mean, I'm sure-
fanfic to say that hockey can block his dragon magic, I should be able to get a little fanfic
I'm
in
not
here
writing
too.
fan-
Hey, you said it, dude. You
It's
said it.
reasonable.
You want to come and argue against me? This is the arguments you're going to get, buddy. I'm winning the chat over with my great arguments that, yeah,
Actually, I'm curious what the chat.
why can't he?
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
anybody can eat clouds. Cloud is just like water.
Thank you.
vapor,
So
Water vapor.
yeah, I'm sure you
confirmed.
can.
Now that
Neptune
it's
in
gear,
chat
yeah.
correctly asks, why would he even want to eat the cloud? Like, what's the point?
Wait, why wouldn't he
There are-
want new and stronger powers?
Oh,
what
you're
the fuck
saying
are
if
you
he-
even on
if
about?
he eats part of
Yeah.
Gear 5's.
It's the same thing happens when he
magic, does
eats the
he
curses in this
get Gear
episode or in
5?
this arc. Like he starts eating the curses, and the curse guy goes, "How is he stronger now than at the start of the fight? He's eating my curses. Oh no!" Yeah. Now that it's Gear 5 Natsu, I don't know.
What do you
We're
actually
both Gear
get
5,
that?
but I'm also a
I mean,
dragon.
he's not Kirby. He doesn't like suddenly become the thing he ate.
Kind of a little bit, yeah. He
Okay.
gets stronger from it, is all I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay.
Everybody in chat's just gone,
I
is
know.
that how that works?
I
Seeing
think
chat.
somebody brings up in chat that is something that is true. That like Natsu like can eat other things, but it's a little harder for him to digest and like process than like fire and lightning, which he's like gotten used to. I think lightning even like took him. I haven't read this shit in a decade, but I think when he got it from when he was fighting Laxus maybe, and it took him a little while. I could be wrong. You can fact check me on that.
Yeah. No, I'm looking at it right now.
No,
After
it's
eating
just-
Laxus Destroyer's lightning,
Yeah.
and you can fuse it together with fire to gain the ability to create fire, dragon slayer magic
Yeah.
enhanced with lightning. So he's still using like his magic is the fire, is the dragon slayer, the fire dragon slayer magic. So if he were to eat Luffy's,
It'd be rubber fire dragon
Clouds.
slayer. Well,
he
it'd probably
he
be
would, like,
rubber.
have to infuse with fire in some way.
It would probably be rubber
Well-
dragon force. Is actually
Well, he
what
also
it would be.
got the curse.
The
back, so, you know,
names,
it's-
the
and he
names in
transforms
Fairy
through the
Tale,
whole-
very stupid. I mean, it's just the thing said
Got him.
as ridiculous as possible.
Thor G's fact checking you, Sam, said he ate the explosions of the curse, Sam. He has eaten some non-fire things before, but it has bad effects on him.
Okay.
The guy
So
literally
if
says
he-
he's eating my curses.
Okay. Well, let me just say this. I think that if Natsu ate some of the clouds from like Luffy's like little clouds that are hanging off of him, I think the cloud would just turn into a little Luffy and start like punching the inside of Natsu, like like that's legitimately how I think it would be written. Because there has to be some sort of interaction with the Toon Force crap there. He
Yeah.
actually can manifest like objects out of his clouds. I'm not making this like a centerpiece argument. I'm just sort of extrapolating here
Sure.
based on what Sam has brought up.
It also depends on like, do we know for sure what happens when Natsu eats magic? Like, is it destroyed? Is it like it becomes a part of his being? Does it infuse with his own magic or something like that? Like, because it clearly infuses with his Dragon Slayer magic in some way.
I can think of a
and so my
real.
my presumption, I don't remember for sure, but my presumption is that if it doesn't like combine with his Dragon Slayer magic perfectly, that's when he feels sick.
Yeah. Well, he feels sick. I think the only times he feels sick is like it's related to motion sickness. If he gets on any like vehicle, he gets motion sick.
Sure. Well, we're talking about like when he would
Yeah.
bring in other types of magic and he would feel a little gross or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a panel with Lucy where she is exposizing what is happening in the fight and says like he's eating. I think it's when he's fighting the lightning guy. He's like he's eating it and it's increasing his stamina, but like that's a pretty bland description of it and probably not the whole thing.
Sam, I'm sorry to do this to you,
Yeah, do it,
And
bud.
you know that when I say I'm sorry, I'm not sorry at all.
I know.
Georgie in the chat says he ate the explosions of the curse.
That's what we just
Sam.
We
talked
just
about.
talked about this.
Oh, I'm
Liam's so
sorry.
in
I was
his
zoning out.
he's see
Well,
that's
no,
how
no,
you
hang
know
on.
Liam's on his back foot. He can't even pay attention to the cast because he's looking elsewhere now. He knows he's in a corner. That's right, I got him, everybody. He's on the ropes now.
I am in a corner
Yeah.
of the room.
Both Thor and Sarah did send in super chats clarifying that they were explosions, and he got stronger because explosions are, in fact, fire related. There's fire.
Yeah.
What
going
even
on.
is an explosion? Okay.
So shut the fuck up, Sam.
What even is an explosion?
Speaking
Get
of
your little YouTube plaque and shove it up your butt.
wow.
Rude.
See,
Well-
everybody, I got him. I got him sweating.
Also,
He's
I'm trying
sweating.
to keep up the super
All right, what's
chats.
up, Chad?
I'm trying to get him in when I can, but there's been a lot, and you guys have been talking a lot. So just want to say, Third Degree gifted out 5
Wow.
memberships, and Vamulator gifted out 10. So man, y'all been going crazy with the gifting memberships today. So
Thank you
appreciate
very
y'all.
much.
Yeah, and then we had a big super chat from Third Degree. So the problem about anime's super forms is they like to make them the be all end all to beating main villains. So there's a chance that Luffy will get another gear, but it'll be so close to the end that it won't even have much context.
No, he's
Yeah,
gonna
man,
turn
they're
into a god. Like he's gonna become
Yeah.
Joy Boy
Yeah.
at the end. Like that's gonna be Gear 6, Gear Infinity, or something like that, right?
Yeah.
That'll be a thing.
I think this is Joy. I think he is Joy Boy. I think that's literally he currently is Joy Boy. I don't think he's gonna get a Gear 6. TBH. I think we're
Gear
I think we're
5.37. Ultra Joy.
Actually, they did talk about Gear
Happiest
5.37. Joyous boy.
Ultra Joy Boy.
Well, if you would like to
yeah.
give somebody ultra joy this Mother's Day, then do
Nice
I have
transition.
the thing for you? Got it. Yeah. All right. Hey, we are sponsored by Aura Frames. I'm so stoked that they decided to sponsor us again because I absolutely love their product. So this Mother's Day, upgrade your traditional gift of flowers or whatever to Aura Frames. Flowers, candy, whatever temporary gift your mother or partner. It's nice, right? But it's just that, temporary. After a few days, the flowers have wilted. But with Aura Frames, you'll be given a gift that lasts a lifetime. So personally, my mom was constantly asking me for pictures of the family, the kids, things that we're doing ever since I stopped posting on Facebook. It was a lot. And then I got her an Aura frame and she couldn't be happier. It's super easy to set up and use. You just download the free Aura app, select the photos or videos you want, boom, hit a button, straight to the frame. You can even text them directly if you prefer. I've got the app on my phone as well as every one of my family members' phones. And whenever we get like a really good photo or capture like a special moment, then we send it over. And legitimately, I cannot tell you how many times I've been on like a call with my mom, and she excitedly says that, "Oh, I saw the new photos," and like, "Oh, it made me feel like I was there with you guys," and all this stuff. It's really, really awesome. I absolutely love them, and it's super easy to use, and it looks really nice too. On top of that, it has free unlimited storage, so you can send as many photos and videos as you want. Plus, each Aura frame comes packed in a premium gift box with no price tag. You can even pre-upload photos and videos to the frame, so it's already full of moments right out the box. Make Mother's Day special with Aura Frames. Named #1 by Wirecutter, you can save on the gifts mom loves by visiting auraframes.com. For a limited time, listeners can get $25 off their best-selling Carver matte frame with code DBC. That's AURA frames.com, promo code DBC. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. Seriously, Aura Frames are awesome. They're great. It's an amazing gift. For moms, obviously, but also for anybody that you want to keep up with and have them keep track of like moments and cool things that are going on in your life.
I got an extra one right here to give to my mother for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
That is
it's
how
great.
the backing I have. I bought one to give to my mom because I know she'll enjoy it.
Yep.
Yep.
She'll give you
I
stuff.
gave
You'll
one to
give
my
you-
mom. It legitimately
It
works.
is like a
Yeah.
10 out of 10 Mother's Day
It's the
gift. I
secret.
mean,
It
everyone
is.
likes it, but damn, does it. Moms love an Aura frame.
Oh yeah, dude, you'll have to give me the link to hers and I can give her some photos every now and
Okay,
then. She'll be
yeah.
dope.
Oh no. Sounds weird. Okay.
I want to get it.
All right.
Okay.
Let's
Thank you, Aura Frames.
yes, let's kind of lock down. So we've been talking a lot about like how the Gear 5 factor,
Yeah.
plays into this. But like there's these guys have a million different things that they do, and we haven't
I had
really
other
talked
things,
about
yeah.
like Natsu's transformations and things like that. Do we want to get into some of that? Also, yes, we will have a sneak peek for Gru versus Megamind later on in the show, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, we can definitely
Natsu,
talk about Natsu, and he's got
what you
a
do?
quite a few like phases, much like Luffy. You know, but I don't know if they're all worth talking about. But like base Lightning Dragon, which he does have just a Lightning Dragon, not a Lightning Fire. He's Lightning Fire, Fire Dragon King, a lot of stuff. Dragon Force is the big though, as far as I understand right now. Dragon Force is essentially the biggest stage of this. And that gives him kind of like all of it's based on the powers of dragons, right? Which can be pretty much most things because it's, you know, you've seen fantasy dragons. They can do a lot. Anyways, Dragon Force is like the ultimate stage of that, whereas like he used to just have the abilities of normal dragons and then elder dragons, and now he's got like the whole shebang of it all. It's kind of like fire is still his bread and butter, and if you want to talk about big things, like his fire powers are extremely strong. Like he's wiped out entire armies and made humongous craters in the earth. He in a single breath evaporated an entire lake, which is kind of a wild one. Um, but it is a lot of like it's mainly fire breath. Like that is still his bread and butter. It's just a lot stronger than it was before.
Yeah, super fire breath.
Yeah.
Uh,
He's also
Venus is
always
Nat-
super duper hot. Like a guy throws a knife at him, knife sticks in his arm and just melts. Like he's very, although it doesn't burn anyone he likes, so it clearly has like some level of, you know, he
Bias.
can control who this shit burns. But yeah,
Right.
he's literally melt metal, like just ambient temperature kind of shit right now.
I'll say Kimono's backing up says Natsu defeated Bestia in a 100-year
Yeah.
quest and it sustained an alternate dimension.
If you went to like versus battles kind of stuff, they say Natsu is like very, very, very super ultra massively faster than light and powerful because he beats people like him who are able to make their own universes and stuff like that. But I don't know.
That's
I
what
still think
scaling
that's a
is.
little bit of take it with a grain of salt. I'm always like a down player of power levels, so you know me. So
Well, Liam's the opposite.
Make their
Uh,
own
Sam, you're supposed to
universes.
be trying to argue to win here.
I know, right?
no, I go for the moral victory. I know how I want to die with a clean conscience, so I can't lie that boldly. I'm not a Liam out here. See,
Wow.
backhanded character besmirchment, another beautiful tactic.
Yeah.
Thorgy with the super
Weakening your
chat
own
as mentioned.
argument
Notable is
is,
Natsu's thought projection
tax.
form he learned from Avis, which makes him invisible, intangible, and lets him kick ass as an imaginary ghost.
So yeah, he gets his soul separated from his body and then is able to, like, he's a completely intangible soul, right? But then he's able to thought project himself into the physical world and still beat people's asses while being intangible. That being said, like I looked at this for a little while and I don't think he's able to completely control this himself, like because he's never done it
He
again,
can,
and
like,
it
activate it
happened.
himself.
Yeah, because it happened because God, who was it? Somebody separated his body and soul, and so then just out of sheer willpower, he was like, "Fuck you, I'm still this," and you know, projected
Sure.
himself into reality because that's the kind of anime this is, right? But I don't know. I don't
mean, if he has the
think.
sheer willpower to manipulate his soul to become physical despite being intangible,
Yeah.
like, is that gonna mess with Gear 5? Right? Does that imply that
I mean,
Gear
I
5
was
won't
gonna
be able
say
to affect him?
I do have like a counter. I mean, I think Luffy does have a counter to that.
Oh, sure. What
Which
does he got?
is hockey. So Luffy
Mm.
can see people that are invisible with observation hockey. He can also predict the future, or not predict the future, but he can see what's going to happen in the future with future sight, which is like advanced observation hockey. And advanced conquerors hockey. So regular conquerors hockey is just like aura. Like you just have so much aura that it knocks people out. When you like, you just send it out as like a wave of your emotions and intent and domination, like your will of the king. But he can also channel that into his attacks and essentially have like hockey infused attacks, like intangible attacks. Like he doesn't make actual physical contact with beings. He hits them with like the force of his willpower. So I
Yeah.
think that he'd be able to fight Natsu in that form.
Yeah, that's another thing with Natsu too. He does have a similar like his enhanced dragon senses. Like a lot of times when he's fighting somebody who they say is faster than him or anything like that, he'll like do the I close my eyes and like focus my senses kind of bullshit, and then he'll
Mhm.
just be one step ahead of them and punch their attack before it hits him. That's a pretty common trope in Fairy Tale as well. So I think there's some credence to the fact that he has like I'm not gonna say spider senses, but a little bit of that juice going on, right?
Mhm.
Uh, I don't know what this is specifically referencing, but Sunshard gave a super chat with a very fun sentence. Just says Natsu's fire can burn through magic and time.
Yeah, I saw a couple
Yeah,
people talking
so
about
What
that.
is that? What's the time thing? I don't remember that.
So there's a bad guy that's able to stop time, and this is like a I think very modern Natsu thing. He becomes the END, the end, which is also a book, but the book's words are like spinning in physical space, but can also like be stitched together. It's weird, right? This part is very strange. So there's somebody who's able to stop time, and via a whole bunch of circumstances, this is like MacGuffins galore, has tied Natsu up to a chair and put on magic suppressing handcuffs so he can't just like burn out of the ropes like you would assume he obviously would. And then he stops time as well. But then Natsu, because he's the end, nobody sees what he does because everybody else is time stopped. But Natsu is able to just like, as far as Lucy, I think Lucy's the character that describes it in the moment. Says like he was there and then like time stopped, and then when time restarted, the bad guy was on the ground and Luffy's gone. And they're like, how could he do that? He had magic suppressing gauntlets, and then they were like, end magic isn't that kind of magic and it can't be suppressed.
Mm.
It's that's the full explanation of how he moves through time stop.
So he
Not a
overpowered
lot
a
to work
time
with.
stop,
Yeah, I
beat the
mean,
guy, and
realistically,
left.
by once again willpower. Like that's kind of how it vibes. Everything in the show, like
Right,
it's
because
very
his
shonen
fire
anime.
is so hot that it like burns magic, like even time stop. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's sort
Well,
of like with
the
Gray.
time stop is
Gray, like,
different than
freezes
the
time.
time stop is different than the him burning through magic. He does burn through magic in a couple of occasions where magic is used because, like, obviously there's a bunch of mages. Like that's the whole thing is magic
But isn't the
guilds, right?
time stop magic? Like, isn't that because it's magic?
Yeah,
Like,
but
isn't the
he
time stop
moves through that, which I don't think is specifically his fire powers. That's his end powers that
Oh,
let him
it's
go
end
through that.
powers. Okay.
Fire powers, he does melt magic on multiple
Well,
occasions, which doesn't make sense, but he does do it.
Well, speaking of things that don't make sense or supposedly impossible, Lily with the super chat earlier said, "Well, I'm not sure if Luffy wins. One Piece is crazy. Shanks and Gear 5 Luffy could destroy Tot Musica, an interdimensional music demon, while Sanji and Egghead destroys a laser from Kizaru, which was explicitly stated to be impossible."
Yeah, I mean, Luffy catches Kizaru as well. And there's also Fujitora's meteors, which are summoned, like I believe, from the asteroid belt. So that's like a potential like super high end speed, like
naturally.
thousands of times faster than light. But at the very least, they can easily catch Kizaru, and Kizaru can move at he has the light fruit, so he can move as a beam of light, and he catches him.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
on the other side of that, Hollow Brian made a super chat says Natsu's faster than Natsu faster than light because he blitzed the light and shadow dragon slayers who are light speed and can go faster.
Yeah.
So they're both light speed or faster than.
Faster, yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously there's the like Kaioken 10 arguments of he does that outside of Dragon Force, so presumably then he's Dragon Force and he's much faster than that.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
Ford,
like, even,
Ford
like,
is mentioning
pre-time
that
skip characters
the time thing was
interact with
also
Kizaru.
referencing. So there's the thing you were talking about, Sam, and there's the another time
Oh.
shenanigans thing. where he beat White Zareth, who could rewind time to instantly heal any injury, including erasure, and his fire burned him throughout time. So I think that is very much like he can
Ah,
burn magic. So
yeah.
that was a
Okay.
I mean, that's the regeneration thing that we were talking about before, I think, as well.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think what it sounds like to me is a lot of this is going to come down to how you interpret the devil fruits, um, and how Natsu's fire potentially affects them. Because if Natsu's fire can just burn any kind of magic, and you associate the devil fruit power, including the rubber hose effect of Nika, as magic, then he just burns
Burns
Joy
it
Boy
away.
away. So he just burns Gear 5 away, right? Like, and then that's that. But if that is a different kind of power that doesn't necessarily interact in that way, then maybe not. I don't know.
I mean, I think it's
Uh,
based also like on power level, right? Like with both of these, the question is whether or not Natsu's fire burns Luffy or Luffy can turn Natsu's fire into rubber, right? And that's going to be based in large part on how strong they are, like their hockey versus willpower or whatever it is for
Yeah.
Natsu.
Which means it's kind of a hard one to but there's not like
We
a
get into
smoking
like
gun, which
well,
is nice, but also
one thing we hadn't talked about yet, which Michael brought up earlier in the super chat, says I think there's a big question on this matchup that we're missing. Who's less of an idiot?
That is
Luffy's
a
not an
great
idiot.
question.
Luffy's
Yeah.
Both
not
of
an
them
idiot.
are very impulsive.
Yeah, I
should
was gonna say
How
Natsu's
about that
not
word?
an idiot, but he is like headstrong as fuck, right? Like he's just
Yeah.
yeah.
Luffy's impulsive, but he's always impulsive like in the right way. Like he's always impulsive in a way that like other people have let their like over analytical brains convince them that they should not immediately act, and Luffy immediately acting actually turns out to be the right thing because Luffy's just good. But he
Yeah.
also knows when to like hold back and stuff. There are times when he's like,
Does
"Oh,
he?
I am not strong enough." Yeah, in Marineford, like he doesn't like try to fight Mihawk, for instance, because he knows Mihawk
Oh,
would
I see what you mean.
wreck his fucking shit. He is selective. He just tries to like avoid, as much as he can.
Yeah.
And
The
especially
chat's
If
after getting his
clarifying.
ass kicked.
if
It's less.
Mihawk legitimately threatens one of his friends though, and was like, "Hey, if you don't, hey, I'm just gonna go kill this guy," would he not?
He would try to save his friend. He would try to save his friend. We
Got it.
we
Okay,
actually know from
that makes sense.
that arc right before it the place that they go back to. That when the pacifistas show up and start kicking ass, like Luffy is not like Luffy's just trying to like save as many people as possible.
Yeah. And the chat was clarifying that if they're like, less dumb, more just impulsivity, right? They're both very, very
Yeah,
impulsive.
they're super impulsive.
Yeah.
I saw some people say at least Natsu has a mature side. Is what- But, okay.
Luffy has a very mature side.
Luffy can get serious.
Luffy gets very serious.
Yeah.
The whole stuff with him and Sanji on Whole Cake when he's like, I don't care if you're fucking scared of us dying. Like, you have to come back to us. We'll handle it. That stuff.
One
And with
Piece is just the
Robin,
kind of series where a single story lasts like 40 chapters, so you can you can get
40.
well, especially in the anime, you can get
Yeah,
caught
yeah.
up in Luffy being a dumbass for way too long, and it gets grating as hell. Which is one of
How-
the reasons why the
How
anime
old
drags
is
for me.
Luffy?
He's like, I think 19.
18. Okay, so they're like the same age. I think Natsu, I think in the newest things is 20.
Yeah, they're around the same age.
Yeah.
Does that matter?
Well, I was just gonna like if I didn't know, I would if you told
Luffy's
me
300.
Luffy was like actually 15 years old still, I'd be like, okay, well maybe I can make an experience argument out of that.
Well,
Luffy's only been doing this for
Technically,
a
Joy
year.
Boy is like
Yeah,
1,000 years old or whatever. So
Yeah, and I
does
mean,
that count? Does that apply?
if it does, then so does Natsu's Dragon Legacy bullshit. So I don't
There
know.
we go. Okay.
I guess we should talk about, unless somebody has something else, like feats, like big, powerful feats and stuff.
Yeah, I mean we're getting into the the end game here, as Oda would say.
Mhm.
So let's go ahead and get.
So we've
like,
got 4 more
our
hours
big
of stream
arguments
left
done.
at this rate. Then
I do want to mention, and we'll show the yeah, which means we got 5 years left of this this podcast.
Yeah.
I do want to mention we're going to show the Groove versus Megamind sneak peek shortly. That'll come up in the next 5 minutes to 5 years. We'll see, depending on how the end game plays out. Do also want to mention that, speaking of things that do actually have deadlines and do actually are going to end at some point, the Wiz YouTube's plush is wrapping up soon. The pre-orders for that on YouTube's website. That will be available through basically like a little bit next week, and that's basically it. So we are literally in the end game of ordering Wiz U2s. If you want one of these, you can get it on YouTube's website. Once that end game wraps up in the next couple days, you'll never be able to get this again. So it's a one-time thing. So if you're interested in this, and look at how adorable he is, look at his little gold arm. It's great. I love this guy. He looks so good. If you want one of these, go check it out on the YouTubes. I believe there's a link below the video if you're watching this on YouTube. Okay.
Or Spotify. There's a link either way.
Oh, on Spotify, great. Oh yeah, by the way, we are on Spotify
In video
other
form,
places
if you
can
care
find
these
podcasts.
days.
So yes,
Yeah.
yeah. If you didn't know, you can find us there. I don't know if we've ever really talked about that, so
Yeah.
maybe
And
it's worth mentioning.
Death Battle proper episodes we also put on Spotify now because it's a crazy world.
It's wild. Okay. So Cloud and Artist, will you ever re-release the plushes? No, that's kind of the thing with U2s, is that like this plush will never be available again. So now's the time to grab one. Like if this does well, maybe we would do like a different boomstick plush or something like that in the future. But like that boomstick plush, that was the only time you could ever get it. This Wiz plush, this is the only time you can ever get it. That's how U2s generally works.
So don't miss out, is what we're saying.
Yeah, so don't miss out on this with this little guy right here. You want this little guy. See him? Look, he's just gonna hang out in the background over there. All right, so let's and yes, Ape-ril and Mimikyu, we do have episodes on Spotify for Death Battle Cast and Death Battle, which is apparently something we could do. Okay, so final, let's get into the like really, really big stuff for these characters. Like what is going to, in your opinion, solidify that Luffy wins this, Liam?
Okay, so even in the pre-time skip, Whitebeard, who was like on death's door, like Whitebeard was sick, dying, old, not at his prime at all. We don't even see him using like Conqueror's Hockey, advanced Conqueror's Hockey in those fights in Marineford. He is able to like shake the earth, like he's able to cause a quake that radiates across the earth that people like think is going to destroy the earth. Blackbeard, after getting his devil fruit, after absorbing it, is able to do the same exact thing, and this is before he becomes significantly stronger post time skip. Luffy Gear 5 should be much stronger than Whitebeard was at Marineford. Probably around the same level as Prime Whitebeard. I don't want to say like for sure at this moment, but definitely stronger than Whitebeard at that time. He upscales to him like significantly, multiple kind of multipliers, but just in general, he is able to shake the entire planet of One Piece. The planet in One Piece, by the way, is gigantic. It is much larger than a regular planet. I think it's like the size of Jupiter is how it's been measured out. So he's able to like shake and potentially destroy a planet the size of Jupiter. He upscales pretty significantly from that. And also Fujitori's meteors are like thousands of times the speed of light. So that's where I'd roughly put Luffy.
Okay. Any rebuttals, Sam?
I don't think I can add much more on top of what I've already said. Like Natsu does have like a lot of very large feats of like blowing up entire like massive landmarks, evaporating lakes in a single blow. And a lot of it though is the biggest things, like a lot of anime, is like I defeated all this pantheon of gods, and like, scaling from that. But yeah, I don't have like a great singular example on that one.
I'll toss something out because I had this thought too, and then I saw Thor G super chatted it because when we were talking about the whole time fire and it burning him throughout like all of time, like if Luffy gets hit by temporal fire, it should burn him before he got fire resistance or even a gum gum fruit, right?
Wait, what? What do you mean?
His like time fire, the thing where he burned the guy throughout all time.
I'll
what we were
take it for
talking
the
about
sake of
earlier.
it, but
Wasn't it
I am
because of his
skeptical.
interaction with his ability? Like, can he do that on his own, or is it because his flames were
Yeah,
interacting with Zareth when Zareth was
yeah,
time traveling?
I would think it's more so that Natsu's fire affects other people's magic and abilities in a way that like syncs with it.
Right.
And he
It
has a lot of
destroys the
this.
magic. It
It
literally burns away the magic, right?
Yeah.
That's the idea.
Yeah, and part of this that I would think that maybe lends a little credence to that is that Natsu has this other thing. It doesn't matter for this fight at all, where he's able to help two other mages fuse similar elemental powers. Like he definitely has a like core understanding of like how the elements and how magic powers work. And so I would think, to some extent, I think a better argument is that he's infusing his own damaging magic into the way people use their own magic, which is why he's
It's
able
like Dragon
to.
Ball and Key.
Yeah,
with
why?
how
Which
Key
is
did
why
it
he's
in
able to
one
burn him in
episode.
time because he's burning time magic, which means
I got it.
he's set a fire that time healing ability, and so instead of healing him back in time, it burns him back in time.
Got it. Janguin had another interesting thing to bring up. Isn't hockey the manifestation of the soul? If so, Nazi's flames of emotion have the ability to burn souls away. So wouldn't that hurt hockey arguments?
That's a good. I didn't think about that one.
I think that with a lot of this stuff, like it comes back to like, yeah, it could if he's powerful enough, right? Because Natsu's
Yeah.
flames aren't able to just burn away everything at the start of the series. He's too weak. He has to become like as strong, comparably strong, or even a little stronger than like his opponent through the course of a fight in order for his flames to like do stuff like that. If Luffy is a lot stronger, which it sounds like he is, then Luffy's ability would take precedence, right? His ability to turn Natsu's flames into rubber or turn Natsu's like body essentially into rubber would take precedence.
I think there is an interesting argument that yes, you're right. Like Luffy can probably turn Natsu's flames into rubber, but the way Natsu's fire magic specifically, much like the time thing, constantly affects and like almost corrupts other people's magic in a way that for some reason everybody's always surprised about in the anime and manga, even though it's happened every other fight before this. I think there's some credence to say, like you said, if he's stronger, then the fire, even though it's rubber, would still just end up burning Luffy away.
Yeah. Arkham
So-
says in the chat. So the argument would be that it's possible that Nazi's fire could burn the devil fruit power or even hockey. That's what it is. At the end of this all is just
Yeah.
Maybe.
Ken-
Yeah. So what it sounds like to me is Liam is presenting this idea that like, sure, Natsu has this power set that could potentially counter almost everything Luffy has, but if it is based on levels of power, then Luffy most likely is a higher level of power. Although I have seen a few people in chat mention things like defeating Alta Face and things like that that are capable of destroying planets as
Right.
big as the world in One Piece. And maybe there are arguments that they sort of match up in terms of levels of power. However, I'm not entirely convinced that that's necessarily how it works in Fairy Tail, because Fairy Tail's power system is a little bit more complicated than something like Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball has the same idea, right? Where it's just like everything's kind of based on ki. So if your ki is more powerful than somebody else's ki, then you can overpower that ability. We've talked about this with Hit, for example, in Dragon Ball episodes
Yeah.
when it comes to his time skip ability. And then if you have magic in Dragon Ball, that is kind of outside that power set. So even if your magic is not as powerful as like Goku's ki, your magic can still affect Goku. In Fairy Tail, there is like an element where magic is all impacting each other. Natsu's magic specifically like can burn and destroy other magic. However, magic still has a bunch of different properties, right? Natsu wasn't able to just consume lightning and then immediately use it. He wasn't able to just destroy lightning. He had to like mix it with his magic in order to create a new form of lightning that he could use. So I'm not entirely sold on the idea that just because Luffy is stronger, if he is, then he can just overpower Natsu's magic. It seems to me like it's a little bit more complicated than that, and this would require a bit more like deep dive into the fairy tale series, finding different ways that magic interacts with each other, and how certain magics overpower each other. I get the sense, because it's been a while since I've watched or read fairy tale as well. I get the sense that a lot of the Natsu discovering that he can do this with his fire comes from the fact that there are these interactions and Natsu's just kind of learning on the fly.
Yeah, I mean,
as
yeah.
opposed to him reaching a new level of power. Maybe sometimes it is that, but not always. So
Also,
I
95%
don't
of the
know.
time, his friends are threatened, so he just has to, right? Like
Right.
that's
It's the willpower argument.
that's like so much
Um,
of it.
So I'm not completely convinced that Luffy would just overpower Natsu. It seems to me like there is a very interesting question in terms of how the magic, quote unquote, uh, depending on how again we approach devil fruit powers, how that all interacts. And because of that, I'm kind of leaning towards Natsu just based on how like I'm interpreting this right now. I could be wrong, obviously, but like that's kind of how I'm leaning right now. What do you think, Chad?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Gear 5 stuff is just so ridiculous for Luffy that like he could turn him into rubber, right? But again, it's the fire. How fire interact with whatever One Piece magic is, but it's not. But is it? I don't know.
Okay. So, get ready. We're gonna have the final pull up for Bananuary
So fuck. There we go.
in just a little bit. But before we do that, hey, I got my phone case finally.
Hey,
Yeah.
look at that.
I
It's on
finally gave it to him.
deathmetal.gg. And something that Chad did not mention, it's a really minor thing, but my old phone case, a lot of the new phones have like the rounded like screens. And
Yeah.
because the way the phone works, it's like really easy to just while you're holding it to just like tap and slide your finger on the screen. It's really annoying. This one it has a little bit of a lip, so it like works better in that regard. So I'm not accidentally accepting all these weird things that pop up.
Oh, that's
Thank
great.
you,
Yeah.
phone screen case or phone.
Also, I
phone case.
dropped the shit out of my phone the other day. In case y'all are wondering if the phone case works, it works because I did the thing where I tried to catch it, but instead I just spiked it into the fucking ground.
Oh, we've all
and,
been there.
and
Yeah.
it went straight corner,
Nice.
and I was like, oh man. And my first thought was, time to test that phone case. So I picked it up. It's fine. We're all good.
Nice.
All right, now for the real thing that I meant to be leading into. Before I decided to turn that into a self promotion, it's time to show off the sneak peek
Okay.
for Groove versus Megamind.
Let's go.
Minions, prep the artillery! We're not letting him get away! And here I thought it was the hero who chases the bad guys!
Luis
Behold,
really,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Luis
We
really
got
getting
we
his
got
voice
Luis
acting
Cruz
career together.
to voice
Yeah.
Minions. How did we get him? That's
He
crazy.
wanted to really buff out his IMDb, so he was like minion,
Yeah.
minion.
Yeah. No, I
I
think
realize that also does not announce the voice actor for Megamind's minion, but we do have he's involved as well, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, and I think Luis didn't want to be upstaged by his dog, so had to take that
Yeah.
slot. But yeah,
Okay.
it's looking good.
Yeah, so that is going to be coming out this weekend. Very excited for that. But right now, it's time to get this poll up.
And also, I should say, because it's coming out this weekend, that does mean, everybody, that next Wednesday we will be having a fireside chat to discuss it. Yeah. So
That
just
is
put
correct.
the clock next Wednesday, 5 p.m. Central Standard, I believe, is when we do them.
Yep.
Yarp.
All right. Go ahead and get your votes in. Let us know. Oh gosh. It's already at 50 for 50-50.
Yeah,
Hell
but
yeah.
that's because
I
you
love
sent me. You've doomed me by saying Natsu, who is not a monkey, in here. That's worth at least a
Brutal.
% or two. You've doomed me, Ben.
Yeah, I do have a couple. I have a couple potential death scenarios. I always like to toss those out. Gilded says, "Hear me out. Natsu tries to eat something, but Luffy stretches his arm down Natsu's throat and suffocates him."
Oh my god.
Oh, that's sort of like your Spider-Man death, right?
Yeah.
Actually,
Oh
but
my
no,
god, he stretches
no.
his arm down and then he inflates his arm so that it like then he
Well,
dies. Yeah.
Jenguin's got you covered there, Liam, because if
Yeah.
Natsu tries eating something while it's still attached to Luffy, could we have a mask/big head moment where Luffy inflates it and blows Natsu up? Nothing says Luffy has to make him rubber too, right? So-
Natsu
Come on.
does. I mean, I know it's mainly for like comedic appeal and funny, but Natsu does have some levels of ridiculous elasticity to his body as he eats things and comically gets blown up like a balloon with like the humongous stomach, and then it just goes like "Loop." So he'd really have to get big to do damage in that matter, I think.
Interesting.
Okay.
What if he rubberized Natsu and then like turned him inside out, like in
Gross.
Galaxy Quest? That's disturbing.
You never know when he's just going to detach his soul and then be completely intangible, yet still
All right,
able
I'm
to
gonna
beat
stop
ass.
this. I'm gonna stop this. I'm
Yeah.
ending the poll. 3, 2, 1. The poll is wrapping up with 50. What? Oh, 55% of the vote. Monkey D. Luffy is gonna take this.
I'm with Sam.
Uh,
You put your finger on the scale there a little bit. Like you really like with the way you titled that.
Unfair. Well, we can.
Do you know how
in-
many times? Do you know how many times, Chad, that the scale has been pressed when I'm given the lame? I get the lame name in the vote. No, I don't accept it. I get one. I get one.
I don't know what you guys are complaining about. That would have been the scale. Whatever. Okay. The point is, this is our final Bananuary.
Oh God, give me 1 second. There you go. Oh, it didn't finish. It's tough out here, dude.
And as our final Bananuary,
How are you not prepared for this?
I was really hoping that we would have an actual monkey win the final Bananuary.
Well, there you go.
God, at that time.
Monkey.
Unfortunately, we don't have a monkey in this matchup, but Monkey D. Luffy does win. So congratulations to Monkey D. Luffy. Let us know in the comments if you want to see this as an actual death battle. I think the interaction between the magic would be really fascinating to explore and talk about. This is a very fun idea. And hey, stick around. We're about to jump into Champion Cast, our sort of post show, where we just talk about, we might talk a little bit about Monkey versus Natsu more, or Bananuary.
God, I have to. It keeps screwing me up because I have to click it twice sometimes. It's so annoying.
And whether or not we're gonna do this again, who knows? We could talk about anything during Champion Cast. It can sometimes get kind of weird. So stick around. If you
What?
are a
Never.
member of the YouTube channel, you will all be automatically moved over to it once Deathball Cast wraps up. Thank you all so much for joining us for another cast.
Yeah,
what's
thank you
up,
everybody
Chad?
for the super chats. I worked in as many as I could, but again, they're all read, undocumented, so I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Y'all are the best.
Yes.
Okay, one last Bananuary for the road, and then I'll let y'all watch the
And then
trailer
let's
too.
show the sneak peek one
Yep.
more time, and then we will jump over to Champion Cast. Thank you all so much.
Bye.
Minions, prep the artillery! We're not letting him get away! And here I thought it was the hero who chases the bad guys!